The government of Kenya, through the Central Bank of Kenya, has finally issued the Treasury bonds February 2025 deals. And after a long wait, we have some infrastructure bonds that have been floated. And I have seen many people talking about it with some kind of excitement because it has been long since we had a bond that is not subject to withholding tax. Now, I want us to see the bonds that have been floated, and so that if you had plans to invest in treasury bonds, you decide whether this is the best deal that you can take. So we have two bonds on offer, and the two of them are infrastructure bonds. So we'll go through them very fast, and in this video we'll go through the IFB1 stroke 2022 stroke 14. And this means that this bond was initially issued in 2022, and it had a period of 14 years. So the other features of the bond that we need to know, I'll just highlight the key features now that I have explained these bonds in details. I have explained the features of bonds in details. So here you'll just have a highlight of this particular bond. And to start with, it is time to maturity, which is very crucial. The bond was issued in 2022. It had a tenure of 14 years, but we are in 2025, so sometimes has elapsed. So right now, if you get to invest in this bond right now, the tenure is at 11.8 years. So it is an investment of 11.8 years. Then we go to the coupon rate, another important aspect, because this is what determines the returns that we get. So this bond is paying a coupon of 13.980%, which is quite okay, given that we are on a season where the interest rates are down, with the interest rate of treasury bills being between 9 to 11%. So a 13.98 is not a bad rate when it comes to government securities. Then there is the period of sale, and this means the time for which you can place a bid. These bonds were floated on the 23rd of January 2025, and the bidding period will continue up to the 12th of February 2025. So it was started on 23rd, that is 3 days ago, and it will go up all the way to the 12th of February 2025. The transaction date, or they call it settlement date, is on the 17th of February 2025. And we say that the settlement date is the date by which, if your bid was successful, you will be notified after 12, that is 13-14, around there. Then by date 17, 2 p.m., your money should have reached the Central Bank of Kenya for your transaction with the Central Bank of Kenya to take force. Then remember that these are reopened bonds. Then, and when it comes to reopened bonds, we have to talk about the dirty price, the clean price, and all that. So the price of this bond, I will read as the prospectus states. The bond attracts an accrued interest of 3.7525. Accrued interest equal 3.7525 per 100 shillings per 100. The bond does not attract. So suppose the yield of the bond will be around 14%, The dirty price will be the cream price, that is, so the cream price of the bond is 99.6457. You add the accrued interest, that is 3.7525. And this means that the dirty price will be at around 0.3983. So this is the most likely dirty price of this particular bond. And what it means is that if you get to place a bid of 100,000, you not pay 100,000 to the Central Bank of Kenya, but you have to pay 103,398.3. So this bond will be selling at a premium. It is selling for a price that is higher than 100. So if you place a bid of 100,000, you are going to pay around 103,398. But remember, your principal amount, and it is the basis of which your interest is calculated, remains at 100 shillings. So the other thing that is important to note is the minimum amount that you can invest. That is 50,000. So if you have your 50,000 and you have been thinking of investing in treasury bonds, you can take this opportunity. Then we have the coupon payment. This bond pays coupons in the months of May and November. So these are the 2 months that this particular bond gets to pay coupons. And when we are at that point, let's do some math and see what you start to gain by investing in this bond. And I'll use an example of 100,000 for ease of calculations. So if I invest 100,000, for once we have agreed that initially you will have to pay around 103,398.3. So we know that the coupon rate is starting at 13.98 over 100 times 100,000. This will give us 13,980. So in 1 year, you are entitled to a coupon of 13,980. But remember, when we are discussing the features of bonds, we said that interest is paid in 2 installments per year. This means that in the month of May, you'll get 13,980 divided by 2. So in the month of May, you'll get 69.90. And in the month of November, you get the remaining 69.90. Remember that your interest, you have not deducted anything because it is not subject to withholding tax. So these are the figures that you will get every year if you get to invest in 100,000 in this particular bond. The other thing we note that is what we call the redemption structure. And this is a structure that's, this is simply means when do you get back your principal amount? And the redemption structure for this particular bond reads, on the 4th November 2030, 4th November 2030, the 50% of the outstanding principal amount will be paid, 50%, and on the 27th of October 2036, the 100% amount will be paid. But remember, we said that for investors that will get to invest below 1 million, on this date they will not get 50%, but rather they will get 100% of their principal amount. And this means that for them, this bond will not be an 11.8 years bond, but we are in 2025, and you will get your 100% back if you invest less than 1 million on the 4th of November 2030. So it's about 6 years or so. So for investors who invest below 1 million, on this date, they will get back their principal amount 100%. But those who will have invested more than 1 million, on this date, they will get a 50% and get the remaining amount on this date of 2036. So I think we have mentioned everything that is important for this particular bond, the IFB1 stroke 2022/14. If you are interested, you can get to place a bid. The bond is already on the Dow CSD app. We said that you can invest in treasury bonds and treasury bills at the comfort of your phone using the Dow CSD app. So that is the information that you need to know. In case something was not clear or any other question that you might have regarding the bond, feel free to ask. Otherwise, see you next time.